Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. In today's video, a brand new mold. Look at this beauty. This is the bauble mold from Moulds and Shapes. It is a gorgeous hunky chunky size. Now I'm gonna measure it here. It's approximately 10 centimeters across left to right. It's also around 1 centimeter deep, so you could get some layers in there. Now top to bottom it's around 14 to 15 centimeters. So these are hunky chunky baubles. Now when I showed these on my channel quite a while ago, I did like an unboxing. When I showed these, I did say then they don't have to be Christmas. You can imagine these with like a little pet portrait or a photo of your family or your loved ones, or Mother's Day gift, anything like that, or even new baby on the little new baby door. Oh, cute. But of course we're using them as Christmas baubles, and I'm going to be using some of these silver diamonds and, well, Cinderella. I was showing you the Cinderella because Resin Supplies Den is Sharon Kerr for the glitters. Silver diamonds is no longer available, but Sharon did send me some Cinderella, so if you want something equivalent, that's your go-to. I'm also going to be using some cut mirror glass shards. Now these are vase fillers from the garden centre, so you know you've got some little flowers you want to put in a posh glass vase, you can put in some vase fillers and just make it look extra sparkly. We're also going to be using silver foil and these. Now let's talk about these. You saw these in the last video. Now Chippy, huge thank you to you. Chippy did send me a pack of these for my birthday. I also bought another pack from Shein, but if you wanted something bigger, something more customizable to the size of your mold, do check out Amanda Towgood over on Resin Supplies Den. You can kind of ask her what images she's got. There's a whole Christmas folder there for you to choose from. So again, really handy to have someone here in the UK that can make custom sized UVDTF stickers. The resin I'm using in today's video is of course the Apex. This is a stunning UK based company, crystal clear. Your code of course will be down in the description box below, as well as the code for the mold. Well, the code for Moulds and Shapes and the link to the mold. So there was no real order to this. I just knew I wanted these super sparkly, almost winter ice themed. A few years ago, I don't know if you guys remember, I'll always laugh about it because I put an elephant in the snow, and of course that got enough comments by itself. But I started my new year, my January videos were all winter ice themed. Honestly, one of my favourite times. I did like polar bears, and that would really lend itself well to December videos as well. It doesn't have to be Christmas themed. It can be that snowy, blizzardy, ice themed. The one thing I've never done is like Southern Hemisphere Christmas, right? You guys down under, like south of the equator. You're in your summer now, right? You're hot and you're like 35, 45 degrees in some areas south of the equator. It's never occurred to me to do hot Christmas videos. Like, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section. Are you down under? Are you like in Australia or New Zealand experiencing a super hot summer? And at Christmas time, do your Christmas cards depict hot Australian summers? Or do they depict cold, snowy, blizzardy, I don't know, Christmas village wonderlands? I really don't know. Like, but yeah, that would be really, really cool. 1 year for me to do like a hot summer video for you guys who watch me from Australia. I think it would let you know that I appreciate you all as well. Listen, look, back to the video. Like I was saying, there's no real order here. I just know that I want the silver diamonds in the bow. The bow is so pretty, and it's deserving of the most stunningly stunning. It's a combination of crushed glass and glitter and sparkle and all that glitter has to give. I wanted that in the bow. I also poured just a little bit down the bottom of the bauble. Now for me, the center of these baubles is the least significant because those gorgeous red truck UVDTFs are going to be covering up a majority of the center. So for me, it was the silver diamonds in the top. I've got the crushed mirror glass pieces going around the edge. So Again, I didn't pay too much mind to the order of it, but I just knew that I didn't want to focus too much on the center. There's just no point. It's going to be covered up. So again, those crushed mirror glass pieces, you guys can get them from eBay, Amazon. I bought these from the garden center years and years ago when I first started doing resin. I bought tubs and tubs and tubs of all different kinds of crushed glass and stones. Again, they're vase fillers or vase. Whatever country you're watching from, you might call it a vase. But yeah, in the center then is going the silver foil. For me, the silver foil is acting as a filler. It's pretty in its own splendificus way. Is that even a word? It is today. It's pretty in its own way. It's going to give us that shimmer, but it's not so stunning as of course, the silver diamonds and the crushed glass. So this is just a filler for the center. I am using a lollipop stick to kind of blend those edges a little bit, drag it out, drag it in, but for the most part, it's just silver foil in the centers. Now, we walk away, we leave this to cure overnight. Now, this is the next day, and I wanted to show you these. I also got these from Shein. Now, do remember, guys, everything you get from Shein, AliExpress, Temu, they're all available on Amazon. Just know that someone has shipped it all in, and they're now selling locally at double the price. So again, those stickers were from Shein, and I love them, but they were all a bit too dull for me. You know, black and white Christmas is not really my thing. I like the traditional, like Home Alone, red and green. So just letting you know what is also available out there. I fell in love with the gingerbread sticker, so I've actually sent that image over to Amanda Towgood on Resin Supplies Den. I was like, hey Amanda, can you get an image like this but make it colour? And lo and behold, she did. And guys, watch out for that video because it is a beauty. Anyway, back to the video. This, of course, is 24 hours later. We are sticking down the UVDTF stickers. My hands were particularly not working this day. The two fingers on my right hand just point blank refusing to grasp and grip. So I was struggling a little bit. I won't be talking at all about my hands in future videos. It's just one of those things. Today was a bad day. This was filmed a couple of weeks ago now in regards to real time, but that was a bad day. But yeah, look at them, so pretty. So sparkly, wintry, snow blizzardy. The truck is driving home for Christmas, and we are now going to top coat. Again, a really simple, super project, but we are going to do another bauble, so do stay tuned. This is not the end. Sorry for the wobbly camera there. I'm just showing you that I'm getting every last little dreg, every last little ounce out of my bottles of Apex resin before I open another bottle. So we're just top coating here. Now, this resin did go through my Let's Resin bubble removing machine. I wanted this top coat as crystal clear as possible. This resin is pretty crystal clear, right? But when you stir it quite fast, when you mix it together fast, you are introducing bubbles. And I do use wooden lollipop sticks, which also introduces bubbles. So even though Apex resin is such a stunning, crystal clear, elite resin to work with, depends on how you handle it, I did introduce bubbles. So I ran it through the bubble removing machine. Now, guys, what a disaster. Honestly, I was so annoyed. I don't know why I act annoyed. We all know, you know, your mum even knows, all right? I know, my cousin even knows that none of my surfaces are level. So why do I get so annoyed when clearly my surfaces are so unlevel it's poured out of the mould? That doesn't usually happen. It's because I heated the resin up so much it became watery and simply poured off. Now, it didn't really matter with this first bauble. It came out of the mould and pretty much snapped off of the edge anyway. Gorgeous, stunning, obsessed with these results. They are everything I wanted them to be. Now, of course, you could back them at this point, and letting you know, I did. I actually did go through the process of backing these in white and blue for the sky. I thought how amazing it would be to have this white snowy background and this dark blue sky to show, And honestly, I truly thought this would work and it would just bring everything to life, and it was a complete disaster. I was also just going to cut the footage out because I thought, you know what, like I'm just going to edit it down and just show you guys, and I was then thinking, no, this just went completely wrong. I'll just leave the footage out and nobody will ever know. But actually, this was my reality. I did this, I turned away for 2 minutes, and when I tell you, it had completely swamped over. It had poured over in and through the bow, all over the edges. I just basically poured too much for the mold to cope with it. So what I ended up doing, and don't do this, this is not ideal, but I want you guys to know what I went through and decided against because it all went completely to pot. I ended up scraping all of the resin off back into a cup. It was just disastrous. It really and truly was. I had to clean out the insides of the bows and do all of the things. So I just wanted to add that in because, again, what's the Claire's Crafty Corner video? Guys, I can't keep using that as an excuse. I can't do it. I need to have a perfect result. Some videos come out great, some just don't go to plan. But what I did do off camera, because I was intrigued, I made a green bauble. Now, if you saw my last video, I made a ton of classic red truck Christmas keyrings. My favourites. I used the simple classic red and green in all of them, and I was obsessed with the green results. So straight away, once I had kind of like demolded these and of course done the backing and realised it's not working and I wasn't happy and it was a massive cleanup job and I was sulking, I threw my dummy out my pram, and I knew that the only thing that was going to cheer me up is if I made a green one, because I loved the green background on those keyrings. I truly did. I preferred it so much more than the red. So here we are. I figured might as well go for it. I didn't just finish there though. Once I'd put the truck on the bauble, because it's such a big area of green, I just felt like, you know, it's working on the crystal clear baubles, but on this one, there's too much green, right? So I need to work out what I'm going to do with that. Now, recently you would have known I used some puffy paint. I used this on my gingerbread houses on resin. I never top coated them or anything. But my question in that video was, would this work inside resin? I am confident hundreds of you watching right now have tried it and you're sitting at home saying, yes, Claire, it does work. I've tried it. Perfect. Well, at this point, I'm not sure if it's going to work because I don't know. So I figured I would create a snowy, very, very graphic, very clip arty. This now is becoming, for me, this is very, very clip art. Snowy bottom. I'm also putting some of the puffy paint on the wheel arches on the truck. I'm putting some puffy paint on the roof of the truck. I'm then putting some on the bonnet, and I'm going to put some on the boot. Well, there's presents in the boot, right? So I'm going to put some snow on each of those presents in the boot to make it look like the truck has also been caught in a blizzard. I figured, you know, might as well go for it. If we're using puffy paint, we might as well go for it. Now, the worry for me was that the puffy paint, I don't know the alchemy. I don't know the science behind puffy paint. So many of you have told me you've got to heat it up. That's when it puffs up. But of course, I'm not going to heat it up on resin, right? So I don't know the science behind it. I don't know if there's much air in it. I don't know if once fully dried, it emits any kind of moisture or air. I don't know. So I don't know at this point if this is going to work. The only thing I can do is try, and we will learn together if it works or not, right? So this is the one bit I wish I didn't do. Sometimes it's really hard for me to walk away. You guys know that. I like to throw it all in, chuck it all in. Sometimes I like simplistic. But this time around I thought, no, let's make it even more clip art and Christmas cardy, and just put some puffy paint snowballs. They're not even snowflakes because they're huge. They look like snowballs falling from the sky. Guys, I left this for 3 days. 3 days. I was so paranoid. I thought, I just love it so much. I don't want to risk that puffy paint emitting any kind of moisture or air into the resin. I'm going to leave it to cure and dry up as long as I physically have the time. So 3 days it was. I left it for 3 whole days. Now, the first thing I noticed immediately when I poured the resin on was that it took away all of the visual texture. Just made it like flat white. I'm not saying that as a negative, but I didn't expect it. I thought you'd still see the depth. And this is 24 hours later. Guys, it worked a dream. So far, so good. There's been absolutely no kind of detriment to the epoxy resin. Again, I was worried I'd walk in the next day and find air bubbles or find some kind of moisture resilience or some kind of resistance from the puffy paint. Again, I don't know the science behind puffy paint. I don't want to just be focusing on the puffy paint one here, but just to let you know, so far so good. The puffy paint has worked in cured epoxy resin, which, like I said, I'm sure so many of you already knew. I didn't, so I wanted to test it out, but oh my gosh, it worked a dream. And now I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? I need to buy more puffy paint. Guys, stop. Imagine creating a huge tray from the same kind of gingerbread house color epoxy resin, right? Create a tray, and then you can hand draw all of your puffy paint gingerbread house designs on a tray. Oh my gosh, I mean, the possibilities are endless. You could do it anyway. You could do it anyway with an acrylic marker or acrylic paint, but puffy paint, it's so much fun and so easy to use, and I absolutely love it. Now, as a threesome, I absolutely love these. The mold itself is so beautiful. It's pretty, it's feminine, it's delicate, it's all of the things. Again, doesn't have to be used for Christmas, can be used for any time of year whatsoever. I absolutely love them. Let me know, are you a crystal sparkle reflective mirror crushed glass all glitz and glam bauble girl, or are you a dark green red truck with the snow blizzard girl or guy? I don't know who's watching. Let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you feel inspired either way with these baubles. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.